If two civilizations are separated by thousands of miles of violent, impassable ocean, their stories should be completely different. If they have absolutely no contact for thousands of years, they should never imagine the same monster. Yet somehow, they did. Deep in the jungles of Mesoamerica, high in the mountains of ancient China, and across the frozen coasts of northern Europe, people who never met described remarkably similar creatures: massive, scaly, serpentine, powerful enough to become legends. How did civilizations separated by oceans end up telling stories that sound so strangely alike? At first, the similarities seem easy to dismiss. Every culture invents monsters. But look closer. Again and again, similar patterns appear. Long, winding bodies, reptilian scales, immense size. An uncanny connection to the sky, storms, or rain. The details aren't identical, but they're similar enough to raise an uncomfortable question. Where did the idea come from? For centuries, historians assumed dragons were simply products of human imagination. Then archaeologists noticed something interesting. Ancient people weren't just imagining monsters. Sometimes, they were digging them up. Picture an ancient farmer clearing a dry riverbed. His tool strikes stone. As he brushes away the dirt, enormous bones begin to appear. A skull. Teeth larger than any predator he has ever seen. Ribs stretching far into the ground. Without geology, without paleontology, without any concept of extinction. How would you explain what you were looking at? Many researchers believe discoveries like these could have inspired stories about gigantic reptilian creatures. At first, the mystery seems solved. Until one stubborn detail refuses to fit. Bones don't fly. Yet dragon stories from many cultures connect these creatures with the sky. Some soar through the clouds, others arrive with storms. Some are surrounded by fire. Fossils may explain giant reptiles, but they don't fully explain why the heavens became part of the story. So perhaps the answer wasn't buried underground. Perhaps it was written across the sky. Imagine standing beneath the night sky thousands of years ago. No cities, no electric lights, no astronomy. Suddenly, a brilliant object tears across the darkness. It burns. It hisses. It breaks apart, scattering trails of glowing fire across the horizon. Today, we'd recognize it as a meteor or a fragmenting comet. But to someone witnessing it for the first time, it might have looked alive. Some researchers have suggested that spectacular celestial events may have influenced dragon myths in different parts of the world. It's an intriguing possibility. Fire, the sky, a giant serpent-like shape. It fits surprisingly well, but once again, one question refuses to disappear. If dragons were only inspired by rare events in the sky, why do they still feel so familiar? Why does almost every child immediately recognize one? The final explanation doesn't begin in archaeology or astronomy. It begins inside the human brain. For millions of years, our early primate ancestors survived by avoiding a small number of deadly predators: snakes, large birds of prey, big cats. Our brains became remarkably good at detecting these threats almost instantly. Some evolutionary psychologists have proposed that dragon myths combine features from all three: the body of a snake, the talons of a bird of prey, the teeth and claws of a large predator. Not because dragons once existed, but because those features already commanded our attention long before civilization began. If that idea is correct, the dragon isn't a memory of a real animal. It's a reflection of ancient survival instincts. So which explanation comes closest to the truth? Ancient fossils? Spectacular events in the sky? Deep evolutionary psychology? Or is the answer some combination of all three? We still don't know, and perhaps that's what makes the mystery so enduring. Long before the world was connected, people separated by continents imagined creatures that, despite their differences, shared striking similarities. Coincidence? Shared human psychology? Or something we've yet to understand? Whatever the answer, the dragon remains one of history's greatest mysteries, and maybe the world is stranger than we think.